What then do? You then say, fine, since we are a political movement, what can we do? We can start another movement, or maybe we can have other people on the side that then challenge the status quo.
That's unemployment. And then we have the Zulu people who are actually marching against unemployment.
And can we say it's only the Zulu people, or and is
The
this
Zulu
and
people
is this unemployment only affecting the Zulu people?
No, affecting everybody in South Africa. But then the Zulu people are the ones who had the courage
ANC
to
to
start
say,
against, understand?
how will the ANC? We know even in the ANC there's a power struggle between Zuma, who was the predecessor.
president.
Yes, who was the predecessor to Cyril Ramaphosa, who was the successor.
Mm-hmm.
There's still that power struggle because there are still a lot of people who kind of side with Zuma, but they cannot state out their feeling because Ramaphosa is the president.
Mostly Zulu people.
Or when we were doing this. So now it's kind of like now a power struggle between the three. It's no longer we are fighting illegal immigration. It's more of, does this mean Phakela Mthakathi has been doing more than me? For him then to be seen, for him to be seen by the president that he's a leader of this thing. Because once the president wants to sit with you, we kind of feel like maybe that guy is the leader. But also the thing here, Ramaphosa, is if you look at Jacinta, she's married to a guy who has a son named Zuma. Jacinta Ngobese Zuma.
So Zuma's not a son name.
No, it's not a son
So
name.
it's, because she's married to somebody who's Zuma.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was Zuma.
No, she's not Zuma. She's married. She's Jacinta Ngobese Zuma. Yes. Yeah, man, we back again. It's Peace of Mind podcast. Man, we're back again with more insight and deep into it.
We're talking politics, right?
Yeah, we're still talking politics.
Much and much, basically.
Yeah, much and much, but let's talk much and much meeting Ramaphosa now.
I saw what happened.
Yes, you saw the meeting.
Ngizwe and Mthakathi.
Yes.
We went to meet with Ramaphosa. I don't know what they had, the conversations that they had with Ramaphosa.
Sure.
But then I think that kind of like deviated from their main objective in the first place, right?
Yeah.
Because immediately they came back from the meeting. Everything started to change. It's as if they are kind of like betraying the movement, or the kind of like what they believed first with Jacinta. Remember Jacinta?
But is it that they believed, or they are part of a certain movement that was already existing before?
That's who, man. That can make sense too.
Yeah.
But then if you say a movement that existed before,
Sure.
what movement do you think it is that existed
I'm
before?
thinking there's a certain movement that was now looking at, okay, fine, if we are to look at the ruling party, what it has been doing, there are some things that it hasn't been doing the right way. But then how then do we then underscore the ruling movement? We then underscore the ruling movement when it comes to immigration.
Yeah.
How then do we underscore the ruling movement? When you
movement
underscore
is
it, means you are taking points away from the ruling movement. Well, how then do you do that? You do that by then looking at the immigration, the unemployment rate.
Yes.
Like, what has the ruling party been failing to do?
They haven't been addressing unemployment.
Sure.
And then now you get people who will address unemployment. Right?
Sure.
That's when Ngizwe and
Phakela come in.
And then afterwards they stare some let me say a conflict. It's not a conflict basically.
Sure.
They stare attention from the public, understand?
Sure.
And then afterwards you invite them. You
Yeah.
talk, you have a conversation with them, and afterwards they kind of like lay it down.
Yes.
So you kind of like write something and then you bring it down again. You bring it down again.
Yes.
So that's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, to say we've had such movements before. Some of the people who were spearheading these movements, like your Operation Dudula, for example. You remember Ntantlalax?
Yeah, I remember.
You remember Zandile Gumede?
Yeah.
Today,
But where did it go?
It went somewhere to a point where, yes, they said they are now going after the Nigerians who are selling drugs. They went after like shops that are hiring. But this thing is, whoever that is giving it money, once they then give them enough money, they stop now then going after the objective that they said this is the objective of the movement.
So do you think this much might be funded by the government?
It's not funded by the government.
But there's somebody who funds it.
There has to be somebody who's
and that
funding
particular
it.
person is kind of like one of the elites.
It might not
so
be.
there is a I don't know. main objective for this thing,
Yeah.
or somebody, okay, let me just say a big name
Sure.
out there that funds this whole thing for a certain agenda.
So, no, the thing is, when it comes to politics,
Uh-huh.
there's always 2 to 3 agendas. The 2 to 3 agendas are like this. There's the ruling party,
ANC,
there's the opposition party,
FF,
and no, DA.
DA,
Yes, and then there is the other political parties that are also interested, like your EFF comes in as a third party,
the rival
fourth
faction,
party, fifth party. So now, now you see the current situation in South Africa as to the high unemployment that is the unemployment that is rising, or the alarming unemployment rate that is going up. What then do? You then say, fine, since we are a political movement, what can we do? We can start another movement, or maybe we can have other people on the side that then challenge the status quo.
That's unemployment, and then we have the Zulu people who are actually marching against unemployment.
And can we say it's only the Zulu people, is this unemployment only affecting the Zulu people?
No, affecting everybody in South Africa. But then the Zulu people are the ones who had the courage to start against. Understand?
Are we saying it's the Zulu people, or because Jacinta and March and
Zulu
March?
person.
Because if you are to talk of Phakela and Ngizwe, they came after.
After Jacinta.
Yeah, they came out. Phakela and Ngizwe came after Jacinta.
So basically,
March and March has been there.
Jacinta started this entire process, and then those ones they came after.
No, she didn't start this entire process. Let me explain. There was, as I said, there was Ntantla Lax's Operation Dudula. Do you remember when we had Operation Dudula?
Yeah, back then, yeah.
Yes.
But
after
that's why I
we
asked you
had
of the
two
impact
super,
of
we had
Operation Dudula.
we had 2 Operation Dudulas. We had an Operation Dudula ya Ntantla Lax. We had an Operation Dudula ya Zandile Gumede. Yes.
But then why, like, did it even have any impact when it comes to unemployment in South Africa?
The 2 we cannot say they had or they did not have.
Because the main objective of illegal immigration is to fight against unemployment in South Africa.
They were fighting against illegal immigration. But the
Yeah.
thing is, if you are having a movement that is led by an individual, once the individual gets given money by whoever that is then trying to stop the movement, what then happens?
You will stop.
No, not you will stop.
But then basically
The
each and every man can
the
be
leaders get demotivated. They then shift the objective of the parties or the movement.
The interest.
Yes.
Interest of
Then
the people.
then they'll be like, okay, fine. Before we chase these people, let's
Just do
first
something.
engage them.
Yeah.
Let's first engage.
But-
But you're not engaging them. Actually, you got money
You're
from
being
them.
bored. So
Yeah,
let's say for
you got
instance,
money from them.
Let's say for instance, right?
Yeah.
Ngizwe and Phakela
Sure.
met Cyril Ramaphosa, the ruling party.
Yes.
Oh, I don't want to mention names.
Yes,
But
yes.
in this, they were given something.
Yes.
They were given something. Do you think they're still going to continue with the people's interest? Let's say, for instance, you're given millions, bro. Like, South Africa is money. We all know that. The government
Yeah,
is money.
yeah.
But then they were given something. Do you think
Sure.
they're still going to continue? Do you think even the march and march was for the people's interest? Or
No.
was it for their own good or their own gain?
Here's the thing. There is the March and March.
Uh-huh.
And then there is Ngizwe Mchunu, and then there is Phakela Mthakathi with his own organization. So
Jacinta.
these 3 things are 3 different entities. So them being 3 different entities is March and March belongs to Jacinta, right? Jacinta is
Agree.
the leader of March and March.
Agree.
Then Ngizwe and Phakela are there to support March and March with their own organizations.
Oh.
Yes, so
like
it's
in a-
3 organizations
like
in
they
all this
integrated
thing.
themselves into the
Yes, they
organization of
integrated
Jacinta.
themselves into an organization known by the name of March and March.
Started by Jacinta.
Yes.
But do you feel like they kind of like betrayed Jacinta?
I'm not
Meeting
sure.
Ramaphosa-
Yeah,
When they met Ramaphosa, Jacinta wasn't present.
I'm not sure as to did they betray Jacinta, but I think the person who organized the meeting was a political head who knew what to do in a political way, and who knew that if you want to neutralize people, this is what you do. You don't invite 1 out of 2. You invite 2 out of 3.
Because if you invite 2 out of 3, you can basically manipulate the 2 that you invited.
That's the thing. The third person who's left out of the meeting then is left thinking, is what I'm doing worth enough for me to get an invite to sit with the president, or did those guys stand out more when we were doing this. So now it's kind of like now a power struggle between the three. It's no longer we are fighting illegal immigration. It's more of, does this mean Phakela Mthagathe has been doing more than me?
Oh,
For
wait,
him,
it's more
for
powerful than
him
me.
then
To
to
sit
be
with the
seen,
president besides
yeah,
me.
for him to be seen by the president that he's a leader of this thing. Because once the president wants to sit with you, we kind of feel like maybe that guy is the leader of this movement.
But then he does look and sound like the leader.
As a man, yes, you're gonna look and sound like a
But
leader.
then the person who started it is Jacinta.
Jacinta started it before them.
Ah.
So as a man, that's the thing. If you listen to most of his talks, he's talking about Uguba indoda, you have to. Uguba indoda, you have to. So now that kind of now overrules even that the leader of Much and Much is a woman.
Man.
Is a woman.
The leader of Much and Much is Jacinta. Well,
Yes, who
it's
is a woman.
It's a woman.
So now it kind of like it's from. How is it that you have a lot of men wanting to take direction from
A woman.
a woman?
And Zulu people, they don't listen to women.
That's the thing.
Because, those people are big on patriarchy. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. So patriarchy advocates for men being the male finger,
Yes.
obviously. So
Yeah.
so basically, they are taking what she started to be their own.
That's the thing. They kind of hijacked the movement. And when you hijack a movement, you kind of come into... But also the thing here, Ramaphosa, is, if you look at Jacinta, she's married to a guy who has a son named Yazuma. Jacinta Ngobese Zuma.
Oh, so Zuma is not a surname.
No, it's not a son
So
name.
it's because she's married to somebody who's Zuma.
Yes.
Oh, I thought maybe she's Zuma.
No, she's not Zuma. She's married. She's Jacinta Ngobese Zuma.
Ngobese Zuma.
Yes. So Zuma is a marital name. So now, when you are married to somebody like that as Cyril Ramaphosa, do you then think if you bring that person to a meeting where they are so much close to Zuma, are you doing justice to your power in the ANC to say, I rule the ANC? We know even in the ANC there's a power struggle between Zuma, who was the predecessor. Yes, who was the predecessor to Cyril Ramaphosa, who was the successor. There's still that power struggle because there are still a lot of people who kind of side with Zuma, but they cannot state out their feeling because Ramaphosa is the president.
Mostly Zulu people side with Zuma.
Obviously.
I remember during I don't know when.
Obviously, that's obvious.
When they looted the stores.
During the July protest.
Yeah, they were not happy with the fact that Zuma was going
was
to prison.
arrested. He was
And
going to
they
be
started
arrested.
looting the stores. So
Yes.
that's the thing. Even a lot of people right now started to think that since Zulu people are the ones leading the march and march,
Sure.
they're going to loot foreigners.
So now you making that point, there's a question that a lot of people are asking. Is march and march and this thing held by Ngizwe a tribal thing where Zulus are seen as South Africans and the other tribes looked at as not South African?
Yes. Now I will say that. I will say that because I feel like Zulus, they do not even bother themselves to be educated by the tribes of South Africa, because if you can check what's the thing?
Yeah.
The constitution of South
Sure.
Africa,
Sure.
it advocates for 11 languages,
Sure.
with sign languages being
Sure.
the 12 languages.
Sure.
Understand? But they will say Shangani Sugendlele. Understand? And when they say Shangani Sugendlele, we as Matsonga people, Tsonga people from Bushbuckridge and Limpopo, we are touched by that. Recently, there's been news that says Tsonga people have been segregated, they've been abused because they could not pronounce certain things in Shizulu.
Like when you ask what
They say,
is
what's
this
this
in
in
Zulu,
what's this
like,
in Zulu?
I don't know,
I don't
man. I
even
don't
know.
fucking care.
So they say, what is this
Yeah.
in Zulu? You cannot say it.
Yeah.
And then you are abused by them. Maybe you are, I don't know, you are chased out from your apartment, you are kicked, you are killed. So
Sure.
there's a boy that got killed, lost his life because of that.
Yeah.
But then we should not dwell much on that. So I think it's more of like a tribal movement.
Yes.
So right now it is tribalistic.
But then it being a tribal movement, or it being driven as something that is now belonging to the Zulu people, what impact does it have now on the South Africa, where now we have to address the immigration thing? Because if we're saying, okay, fine, this movement is pushed by Zulu people and they're looking at other tribes as every tribe known to be South African, what impact does it have on the objective of their movement itself?
Because right now we still need to sort out our own issues before we address immigration.
Sure.
Understand? Because we can just say Mashanganis are not South Africans.
Sure.
We have a lot of Shangani people in South Africa.
Who are South Africans.
Over a million. So I won't say it even has an impact.
Sure.
At this particular moment, it does not.
Yeah.
Because if we have to fight against illegal immigration,
Sure.
we have to come in solidarity as one. Understanding as
Sure.
South Africans.
Sure.
Limpopo, KZN, all these provinces,
Sure.
all 11 languages will come and fight against one thing, which is illegal immigration. But if you are saying Shangani Suke the lane and I'm South African,
Yeah.
I am not going to stand with you, my brother. Trust
Yeah.
me. I'm going to side with the foreigners and be like, no,
Sure.
you are wrong for that.
Yeah.
I am Shangani, I understand. But then I'm not going to side with you if you're telling me that I should stand out of the way. Understand? So I feel as if tribalistic is more of like a driven factor.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah. So I've got a view from somebody who's not a Shangani, and now you as somebody who is a Shangani,
So, yeah, it's on.
what is your view now towards all this? You said the Mashangani Matsonga movement that is now taking peak.
Yeah. So
What is now your
peaceful
view
process.
on that, and what is your thinking of if we have to address this immigration problem? How then do we best address it?
I think everybody needs to intervene.
Yeah.
We should not just look at this as a minor issue. It is a major issue.
Sure.
And so when I say everybody needs to intervene, I mean even the government.
Sure.
We need to revisit the Constitution of South
Sure,
Africa, which
sure.
says all the languages in South Africa,
Sure.
all the legal languages in South Africa.
Yeah.
Tsonga is included in there. Venda is included in there. And Chipedi is also
Yeah.
included in there. Those are the big three languages in the Popo.
Yeah.
Understand? So we need to revisit the constitution and say, okay, for the fact that I am Tsonga,
Yeah.
I am South African. Understand? You
Yeah.
should not just come and tell me that I must move out of the way.
Yeah.
Understand? So we should need to revisit. So the government must intervene.
Yeah.
Understand? To say, okay, these are South Africans too.
Yeah.
We can't just come and say, just for the fact that we have a lot of people from Mozambique in South Africa,
Yeah.
does not mean that we don't have Tsonga people in South Africa.
Yeah.
Because Tsonga is also spoken in Mozambique.
Yeah.
It's the biggest language in Mozambique. But then we also have people who speak Tsonga in South Africa.
Yeah.
So the government must also intervene in that.
And when you're saying intervene, how then do you suggest they intervene? Like, what strategies do you think they should utilize?
I know you guys say you can't do this one.
No, we're not taking that. We're not taking that.
No,
No,
you
we're
have
not.
point.
We're
How
not.
is the government
No,
going
bro.
to intervene?
No, I want him to answer. I want him to answer my question because we'll come in after him. Okay, fine. Come after him. How do you think the government should intervene?
How?
No, you come after him. It's fine. No, it's fine. Come. How do you think the government should intervene?
We need to discipline Zulu people.
How?
Because I think Zulu people are the ones who have a problem.
Yeah.
So Zulu people must be disciplined when it comes to languages in South Africa.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know the measures that they're going to do that.
Sure.
Understand? But then if we say, basically, I don't know how they're going to do that, man.
Yeah.
I
What do you suggest they should do? Because now I'm asking you to say, you're saying they should be disciplined.
These people.
I'm saying, what then do you say is the right measure to discipline these people who are now not looking at other South African tribes as South African because now they are Zulu, and then they look at the other people to like they are all of them, not because there are, like we said, there are Sothos who are in South Africa who are South Africans. There are Sothos who are from across the border.
You know what?
Yes.
It's going to take years.
Yes.
And it's going to take for some time for them to finally accept us as South Africans.
Sure.
Right? I had an interaction
but
with a Zulu
why must it take years? Because it is
because they're not educated.
Even the history itself, we know.
These people are not even educated. You know what? Last year, right?
Don't you think they're just doing it deliberately?
I don't think so. You know why I'm saying so?
Why?
Last year, I had an interaction.
Yes.
I won't mention names, right?
Yes.
I had an interaction with this Arazulu person from KZN at the University of Venda.
Yes.
So she's at the University of Venda.
Sure.
She's the only Zulu speaking person there.
Yes.
And then she told me that she got introduced to Tsonga.
Yes.
In Limpopo. She did not even know that Tsonga exists.
Oh,
she did not know.
She
did not even know that we exist.
Yeah.
Understand? So I asked myself, we have been knowing Zulu ever since. Sure. Why? Our TV broadcast Zulu.
Yeah.
Understand? But how many Tsonga shows are in TV? It was Guyana Land of Blood, but where is it now?
Sure.
It's not there, understand?
Sure.
So that's the thing. We need to educate the Zulu people about all the tribes in South Africa. We still need to educate them, understand? So that's what the government can first do.
Yeah.
So we have to look at the constitution that says these languages are therefore legal in South Africa.
Sure.
Yay.
So in closing, what do you think needs to be done, and either for March and March to be a progressive movement, and as well as addressing the issues that you are raising?
When it comes to March and March, man,
Yeah.
I feel like corruption will always win.
Yeah.
And I don't think, each and every mind can be bought.
Sure.
Each and every mind can be bought. If somebody advocates for foreigners to be in South Africa and that particular person
So-
is powerful and has money,
So
these people can be bought, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Those leaders can be bought.
Yeah.
Jacinta can be bought.
Yeah.
Ngizwe can be bought.
Yeah.
Phakela can be bought.